Having made his debut in Borderlands 3, Wainwright Jakobs is the current heir and CEO of the Jakobs Corporation. Born under his father, Montgomery Jakobs, it was clear that Wainwright was always inevitably going to inherit the family company, though it was something he never had a profound interest in. But that's the only thing. He just didn't want to run the company. He still had unwavering respect and admiration to the family business and the hard work and effort that went into building its legacy. He actually found himself constantly feeling like he didn't belong in the family. Being blind in one of his eyes, his aim with a pistol was difficult and almost impossible for him. And if he couldn't shoot a gun, he felt like he was no Jakobs. It wasn't until the legendary first Vault Hunter Typhon de Leon came to the planet, per the request of Montgomery, to find the planet's vault.
My first day on Eden 6, I was admiring those rail lines when some teenager says, "You the Vault Hunter?" I say, "I might be. Who are you, bub?" He smiles. "Wainwright Jakobs. My daddy's the one who hired you to find our vault, and you don't want to disappoint him. Trust me."
Typhon spent some time here and saw how bad of a shot Wainwright was, and so he gave him some advice for improving his accuracy.
As I'm heading to the estate one day, I hear somebody shooting and cursing. So I go around the corner and find this boy Wainwright, pistol in hand, trying to shoot cans off a fence. I ain't no gunslinger, but the kid, he was a terrible shot. Squinting and licking his lips and cursing and saying he'd never be a Jakobs. Then I figure out why. Kid's blind in one eye. So I come up to him and say, "Hey kid, try a shotgun."
Wainwright and Typhon did spend some time together, and even he was able to pick up on the fact that Wainwright wasn't the CEO type.
Sometimes, when Monty was busy with Jakob's business, his son Wainwright would show me around the planet. That kid, he sure didn't seem like he wanted to be the next CEO. I've met the CEOs of every corporation, and let me tell you, being a CEO is like being in the middle of a saurian orgy. It's all teeth.
And this would be Wainwright's life for up until modern day. At some point, he did end up meeting a smuggler named Clay, who he came to believe would be a much better heir to the Jakobs Corporation than he. Also, arguably the most important development in his life would be when he met Alistair Hammerlock. While we don't know too much about how they met and things along those lines, they each took a fancying to each other and started dating. As Wainwright began expressing his emotions and feelings to Alistair about how he didn't want to inherit the company, Alistair was capable of encouraging him and making him feel better as to how he was worthy of the Jakobs name.
"I don't know. Maybe it'd be better if I weren't a Jakobs. I ain't cut to lead. I got small ambitions and I can barely hit a grog from the porch at midday. What kind of man am I? A good one." Jakobs is a family corporation, Alistair. Passed down by blood. If I don't take it up, some long-lost cousin will have the reins and muck the whole thing up. My father wants Jakobs to be about more than guns. It's about reliance, about civility, honor.
Sounds to me as though you're just the man to carry the name.
Not so sure about that. But maybe if you stick around, I might pick up something.
All of my ambitions are right here with you, Winnie.
And damn it if that ain't why I love you.
Despite this, it still wasn't quite enough to fully convince him not to leave, and Montgomery is capable of picking up on this. But looking at how things lined up, Montgomery came to believe that it was Alistair's doing that Wainwright wants out of the company. But Wainwright is capable of expressing his true feelings into an echo recorder while he's drunk.
"I'm drunk. And I know you're drunk too, and that's why you're gonna sit there and let me have my say. Here it is, my say. I ain't the one, Monty. I ain't the one. You're getting older, who knows how many years you got left, so you're thinking about your heir. Well, that Clay's the man for the job. He's the son you wanted all this time anyway. What a sight, a reformed smuggler leading Jakobs into the horizon. Me, I'm gonna live my life. I ain't much of a gunslinger, and all those bastards out there, that means I ain't a Jakobs. But this ain't Alistair's doing, do you hear me? It's my say. 'Bout damn time I had it.
With the idea that he may not want to take over Jakobs, he instead turns towards Clay and confides the secret of Eden 6's vault to him.
Your butler said you wanted to talk.
That's my boyfriend, and his name is Alistair.
He don't talk like us, does he?
No, he don't.
All right, so what gives, Wainwright? Been a long time since you asked me for a drink. I reckon this stuff wasn't even in a barrel back then.
I wanted to talk about Jakobs.
Your daddy's fine. Monty's spooked, that's all. Galaxy's burning down and he wants to know how far it'll spread. But none of the other corporations know what to do. Join forces or grab a torch and hope the winds don't change. But Eden will be fine. If there ain't no vault, the children won't come to play.
Yeah, see, that's what I want to discuss. Tom's come to let you in on a family secret.
Well, I gotta be family for that, don't I?
Don't get ahead of yourself, Slick.
Everything eventually comes to an unfortunate resolve as, in an effort to obtain the Jakobs Corporation, Alistair's sister Aurelia begins attempts to purchase the company from Montgomery. While her efforts would fail, she enlists the assistance of the Children of the Vault, where Troy and Tyreen team up with her, and kill Montgomery in exchange for the vault key when she finds it. Montgomery is killed and the Jakobs estate is taken over by Aurelia. This brings Wainwright to his lowest point, yet again drunkenly spouting his rage into an echo recorder.
Alistair! Where the hell are you, Alistair? Damn it, the lodge was the place, but you went to find her anyway, didn't you? You fool! You damn bastard! We were supposed to meet at the lodge. My old man's dead, Alistair. Those Calypsos snuffed him out, and they're coming for me. If you don't show, I'll burn the whole planet down, I swear! My family lands are crawling with zealots, and all I got left is a shotgun with my name on it and a surprisingly empty bottle of whiskey. No word from Clay. Figures. Smugglers never around when trouble comes. It's up to me now. Gotta sober up. Gotta fight like hell. They killed him while he was buttering a damn biscuit, those craven devils!
While he never really wanted to be CEO, the last thing he wants is for the company and family name to be drugged down like this. So he takes up refuge in one of their family lodges and begins working how to get the company back. It is thanks to the efforts of the Vault Hunter that they put a stop to Aurelia and get his company rights back. It is after the events of Borderlands 3 that Wainwright proposed to Alistair when they were on vacation in the south of Parcay, in between an antique bookstore and a Darnish cathedral. He presented him with a loot chest containing a ring made from the barrel of a Jakobs revolver. Alistair clearly said yes, and they quickly began planning out their wedding, and this is where the events of Borderlands 3's second DLC, The Marriage of Wainwright and Hammerlock, take place. The location settled on was the distant planet of Xylorgos, not located on most maps and quite the eccentric scenery, though unbeknownst to the couple, there was a cult that had overrun most of the planet. The wedding planner the two had also booked was an old acquaintance of Alistair, Gage. She herself had been in hiding for quite some time at this point, but had taken up the profession of wedding planner, so it was the perfect time for her to flush out her new career. The two would invite a plethora of characters to the wedding like Brick, Mordecai, Tina, Clay, Tanis, and Marcus, but none of them would attend. Wainwright spends the early parts of this DLC worried about whether this is something he is capable of going through. His nerves start to get the better of him. When scoping out the local town of Cursehaven, they come across a wedding ceremony happening, which they choose to check out. What they are greeted with is Githian's cult, and they witness a sacrifice in the name of love. This doesn't sit well with Wainwright, and so he and the Vault Hunter begin blasting, killing a man known as Vincent. As the man falls over, the ring that was being used to possess him attaches itself to Wainwright, placing him under Eleanor's curse. He is now to be used as the new host body for her Vincent. Luckily, Gage comes in, saving him from her grasps, but when the characters return to the lodge, they are incapable of removing the ring. Wainwright, through pretty much the rest of this DLC, spends his time within the sanctity of the lodge, trying to not succumb to its curse. It's not until the end of the DLC that the curse becomes too much for him to handle that he returns to Eleanor with Hammerlock in tow, where the two are captured. But thanks to the efforts of the Vault Hunter, Eleanor is stopped and the curse of Vincent is ended. Through their experience, all doubts both of them were having about getting married are quelched, and they choose to get married right then and there. But for now, that does it for the history of Wainwright Jakobs. Definitely a big addition to the game, having quite a large impact all around. If there are any other characters you'd like to see me do the history of, then be sure to let me know in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.